Okay, so for my standard activity, I chose a grade 9 and 10 reading standard because I'm English language arts for my content. But I chose RL standards for reading literature 9 and 10. Number 3, analyze how complex characters, for example, those with multiple or conflicting motivations, develop over the course of a text, interact with other characters, and advance the plot or develop the theme under the key ideas and details setting. So for that activity, I had planned that my students would create a social media feed for their character. I think that this is a really great project. I remember doing it in high school, and it's a really creative project. So students can pick a social media feed. They can either create a separate account, a fake account for that character. They have to write the posts out, find the memes or the images that they want to use, the hashtags, things like that. They can either create a separate account, they can Photoshop a web page to look like a Facebook feed. They could use a fake account creator, because I know there are apps and websites that they can do that as long as they're being safe. Or they could just kind of create it in a Word doc and copy and paste like the banner for Instagram or something. But it allows them to practice writing skills, think kind of creatively, but also complete this standard by showing the progression of a character. Because if we think of a timeline or a feed, your earlier posts are going to be very different from who you are in your most current posts. So I figured if students took time, they could probably take maybe a couple days in class to really work out the posts that they want to do and track the character development. And they could even use like direct quotes from the text in their social media posts to kind of show a sort of timeline and progression of that character. But then, because maybe I might not, as the teacher grading the project, understand their motivations for using each post or meme or picture, that they would also write up like a 1 or 2 page reflection to kind of explain their progression, using textual evidence as they did in their project, to kind of go with their project and make sure that everything is cohesive and flows really well and makes sense. So it's kind of a 2-part project where they first create the social media feed for the character, actually develop something creatively, use their creative faculties to develop the posts, to create the feed, to edit, use technology to the best of their ability to do that, but also to show that they have the skill to trace a character development over the course of a text, and also can write that out into paragraph or paper form. So that was the activity I created for the 9 to 10 reading literature standard.